Let's bring in UNSW economics professor Gigi Foster now for more on it. Gigi, thank you for joining me. Is Paul Keating right here, do you think?
Yeah, well, I definitely don't agree with the gains tax, but I actually, as a Yankee, I've always thought that superannuation in Australia is kind of the classic Australian rort, which is that you pay somebody off to not complain that they're getting a bad deal. So in this case, we have the superannuation guarantee going up to 12%, as we know, and Paul Keating was, I think, also saying in that quote that he was happy it finally got there, because when he first initiated it back in the 90s, that was the idea. That was what he was hoping for, 12% guarantee. Now that means you're going to be a rich old person. So that's the carrot, that's the reward, that's the payoff. But what is the not getting a good deal part? Well, the fact that a lot of it's going to get taxed away. And of course, that a lot of the money managers of these super funds are getting incredibly rich off of your savings that you can't touch unless the government decides to be a super nice person for a little while, like they did once in COVID, until you're 60 or 65 or whatever the preservation age is. So to my mind, we should just have a very different retirement savings scheme. We should have definitely tax preferred savings for retirement, but put a lot more autonomy and decision-making power into the hands of the individual worker to use his or her money the way that he or she sees fit throughout his or her working life.
Yeah, it's a really good point. I mean, surely there are, better ways to address super that does not include these unrealised gains. I completely get it. Now, of course, it's the start of a new financial year today, Gigi, which means that fees are going up. This includes a 3.5% increase to the minimum wage, which is now sitting at $24.95 per hour. Now, as you can imagine, Labor was out there spruiking this today. But, Gigi, let's not forget, power prices are going up today, as well as a number of other fees and charges. It's not getting any easier for everyday Aussies, is it?
No, it's not. And I mean, you could say that maybe this wage increase is a slight improvement over the latest inflation figures, which I think were 2.1%, the last monthly figure, which of course itself is a bit unreliable. It's usually the quarterly figures that we tend to rely on more. But the reality is that, as you say, there are other costs going up in this change of guard when we go to one financial year to the next. I do support some of the changes that are being implemented, such as the increase in parental leave, although I think that is not the only way we could support working families and help with the cost of raising children. But this meaning, I suppose the meaning of an increase to minimum wage workers is not zero, but not fantastic given the inflationary environment that we're in now. In fact, we are running a special discussion about the cost of living pressures that Australians are facing next week here in Sydney. So if people listening to the show would like to have a look, it's called A Big Dialogue, Australia's Cost of Living Problem. It's happening at the Sydney Masonic Centre on Monday evening next week. So very, very exciting lineup, including Adam Crichton and myself as MC, and Cameron Murray, who I think you guys have had on as a commentator, Alison Preston, and our WUS Chancellor, Jennifer Westacott. So a very exciting evening. We're very much looking forward to getting into some of these issues and where the cost of living crisis came from, as well as what we can do about it policy-wise.
Well, I mean, I think it's going to be fantastic, a really good event, because, this cost of living crisis, Gigi, it's been going on for years now, and realistically, nothing has changed and nothing seems to be changing. So it'll be great to have people like you involved in a really important discussion on it. Gigi Foster, nice to see you. Thanks so much for joining me on the show this evening. Really appreciate it.